What kind of car did John the Baptist drive? Oh yes, he drove a Toyota because he was the forerunner of Jesus. Hey Grace Kids, we are now in the month of November and our theme this month is God with us. And our big idea for today is God calls people to be his messengers.
Today's story is found in Isaiah chapter 6. It is in the Old Testament and it's more than halfway through the Bible. Go ahead and open your Bibles and look for it.
This passage recounts Isaiah's vision of the Lord in the temple. Now, was he talking about this kind of vision?
No, Pastor Scott, he didn't make goggles to improve his vision. In the year that King Uzziah died, Isaiah saw the Lord, high and exalted, seated on a throne, and the train of his robe filled the temple.
Above him were seraphim, each with 6 wings, and with 2 wings they covered their faces, and with 2 they covered their feet, and with 2 they were flying. Crazy, right?
Pastor Kate, seeing angels fly around would be very, very awesome.
I bet it was.
And they were calling to one another, "Holy, holy, holy is the Lord Almighty. The whole earth is full of his glory."
At the sound of their voices, the doorposts and thresholds shook, and the temple was filled with smoke.
Isaiah cried out to God, remembering that he was sinful. I would have definitely cried out too. Then one of the seraphim flew to Isaiah with a live coal and touched his mouth with it.
Then he heard the voice of the Lord saying, "Whom shall I send, and who will go for us?"
And Isaiah replied, "Here am I, send me."
God used that moment to remind Isaiah of his calling to speak to God's people, to give them hope, and to remember that God has a plan and a message for them.
Did you know that God calls people to be his messengers? He called Isaiah, and he's calling each of us too.
Okay, question number 1. What do you think it would be like to be in God's throne room with him? That's so exciting to think about, isn't it? Okay, question number 2. To be holy means to be pure and not have any sin. How does God make you holy? Okay, question number 3. What are some ways that you can share God's message of love and hope with other people? God used Isaiah as a messenger, but he can use you too. How can he do that this week?